Hi, my name's Josh Alemany. I'm the Director of Products for Rosco, and we are back here in our testing rack. And I wanted to take the time to show you three of our new Gobo rotators that we've just launched: the Simple Spin, the Revo, and the Revo Pro. I want to start by talking to you about some of the features that are common to all three. I think they're improvements that you'll find are really valuable. First, these are all belt drive rotators. You can see here the belts connect from the motor shaft to the gobos, and there are two really important benefits from that. One is you get very smooth motion, and the second is you get silent motion. I don't know if you've noticed, but this Simple Spin's been running the whole time we've been talking, and it really is silent, which is perfect if you're in a small, intimate black box theater, a church, or even a television studio. The quietness that these belts offer is really important. The other major change is we use stepper motors to control these belts. And the advantages of a stepper motor really are that we can have very slow, very precise, reliable speed control with no risk of stalling. All three rotators run from about a half an RPM up to a full 24 RPMs. The last feature that I want to tell you that's common to all three is the way the gobos install. We use a threaded collar instead of the common spring clip that you find in other rotators. The threaded collar means that you can tighten down on something as thin as a metal gobo or as thick as a textured glass gobo. And by doing so, you prevent any likelihood that the gobos will slip out of alignment if you're creating indexing effects or something precise like aligning a logo with a set piece. Let me tell you a little bit about how these units differ from each other. The Simple Spin is our most basic rotator, and it has one motor that controls both gobos, but it is a double gobo rotator. One motor means that the gobos are always going in opposition to each other, and it's a set and forget speed control. We have a knob that adjusts the speed up or down. There's a switch if you want to change the direction of the gobos. And while this isn't DMXable, you can plug it into a dimmer and flip a switch to our dimmer remote mode. By doing that, when you plug it into a dimmer, not a channel on a console, but an actual dimmer, and vary the voltage, we can adjust the speed for you. One really important benefit I think you'll like is that you see that the Simple Spin takes mains power right in. We use a standard computer IEC cable, no big clunky transformer, and the unit accepts 100 to 240 volts, 50 to 60 hertz, which means you can use it anywhere in the world without worrying about voltage problems. The Revo and the Revo Pro both are dual gobo rotators that each use two motors. That means we have independent control of speed and direction on both motors, which a lot of lighting designers prefer when you're creating a little bit more sophisticated effects with one gobo going faster than the other, or them going in the same direction for the different types of effects you might want to build. The Revo uses an industry standard 24 volt power supply. 4-pin scroller cable comes into the unit and daisy chains out. You can use the Rosco PSU 50 or 200 or anybody else's industry standard 24 volt power supply. You do want to check for compatibility. Now this unit is DMX controlled, and we have 8-bit and 16-bit indexing on both gobo wheels, not just one. So if you're creating a clock effect or something very complex like that, you have full control. Of course, having that kind of control means you'll have to choose how you program it, and we've given you a lot of options there. You can have 2-channel, 4-channel, or 6-channel control modes, so whether or not you're a basic beginning programmer or are used to programming advanced devices like moving lights, there is a feature set that makes sense to you. The Revo Pro is everything that the Revo is, with a few significant differences. First of all, like the Simple Spin, it does not use an external power supply. It uses mains power in, auto switching, auto sensing power, and of course that means that DMX has to come in and out directly on 5-pin DMX cable. But if you don't want to use DMX to control the Revo Pro, Pro stands for programmable, and this device has 99 preset modes for you to choose from, with canned effects for things like oscillating and pendulum and tick-tock and things like that that gives you dynamic lighting effects. But I think maybe the most interesting one is the 100th programming location, where you can dial in exactly the speed and direction you want for both gobo wheels and store it right to the device. When the power cuts and comes back on, the unit defaults back into that stored program. So if you have an installation where DMX just isn't convenient, like a faraway front of house or a mall or a lobby, but the designer still needs exactly the control they want, program in the speed and direction you want, store it in, and now you have a fully programmed unit with no DMX capabilities. So that's the three units. I think there's a feature set here that will work for almost any project you have. We look forward to seeing the devices used in your projects.